Good evening. I'd like to call the April meeting of the Montgomery County Legislature to order here at 6 p.m. And clerk, can we have a roll call?
Chairman Peck.
Present.
Legislator Patel.
Here.
Legislator Kelly.
Present.
Legislator Sweet.
Here.
Legislator Diamond.
Present.
Legislator Headwell Jr.
On the phone.
Legislator Wilson.
Present.
I'm here, sir.
Gotcha. Legislator Duchesne.
Legislator Wilson, can you lead us in the pledge to the flag?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing as we honor those who have passed on since our last meeting. Mr. Warren E. Bates served over 3 years in the U.S. Army Reserves from Amsterdam, New York. Melody Swanson from Canajoharie, New York, a former caseworker at Montgomery County DSS from 1996 to 2001. And Earl J. Jim Cotton, retired Montgomery County DPW worker from Fonda, New York. A moment of silence, please. Thank you. All right, we have a couple of, any public comment, by the way? Any public comment? Anybody would like to say anything? Come to the rail and speak? Hearing none. We have two presentations tonight. Our first presentation is to the New York State Wrestling 172-pound champion, Reed Douglas. And
coaches come up too, please. Your mom and dad here.
Yeah, Mom, yeah.
Okay. We'll call you up for the
Thank you
picture,
very much.
okay?
Thank you.
Well, firstly, thanks for coming. It's quite a thing, quite an accomplishment, and say to the coaches here, what a great program you have with Canajoharie Fort Plain Wrestling. So I'll read the proclamation. Whereas the County of Montgomery is proud to recognize and honor those individuals who have achieved something extraordinary, and in doing so, brought acclaim and praise upon themselves, their team, and their community. Whereas congratulations to Reed Douglas, a senior at Canajoharie Central School District, excuse me, for a remarkable accomplishment of winning the New York State Public High School Athletic Association Division II 172-pound state wrestling title through the Canajoharie Fort Plain wrestling team. And whereas Reed became Canajoharie Fort Plain's first ever state wrestling champion with his last second takedown for a 3-1 victory over LaSalle's Ray Hutton at MVP Arena on February 26, 2022. Whereas Reed has been wrestling for 6 years and has a high school career record of 82-27. Although due to the COVID-19 pandemic, no matches could take place during his junior year. And Reed spent his time practicing, not only with the team, but with a private wrestling club. Whereas Reed has been described by his coach, Vince Lake, as an inspirational leader, who continuously pushes others to do their best and prove his strong mental ability through unparalleled dedication. He displayed once he decided to improve as a wrestler and win the state championship. And whereas Reed's determination led to him signing a letter of intent and to attend and wrestle at Presbyterian College in South Carolina, making him the first Canajoharie student to be a Division I wrestling signee. Now therefore be resolved, County Executive Matthew L. Ossenford, Legislative Chairman Michael J. Pepp, and District 3 Legislator Roy Diamond, on behalf of the Montgomery County Legislature, hereby proclaim Tuesday, April 26, 2022, an official date in Montgomery County to congratulate Reed Douglas for not only his accomplishments, but for the pride he brought to his community and the county as a whole.
Is Hulk Hogan next, or what? Hulk Hogan next?
Yeah.
Why don't you get his family on?
Well, we're gonna bring up after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Guys, come
Okay.
come on here. Oh, yeah, Tunda. Mom, you come up. Yes. Got it, Graham? Yeah. All right.
Thank you, thank you.
I told her and Chelsea that Reed was getting an award, and they said to say hello.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
You too.
Thank you. I used to wrestle every time. I know what it's like to get a job.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
How you doing? How you been? Thank you. Good job. You? Didn't play either. Congratulations. Thank you, sir.
Is to some of our own, very own people. Our Public Health Department, this is National Public Health Week, and led by Sarah Barenko. Her whole team is here this evening, and we'd like to call them all up for Martin's presentation.
Before I begin reading the proclamation, we've had a very difficult time over the past 2 years, and I really thank each and every one of you for what you've done for our community.
And thank you, Legislator Kelly, for all of your support.
Whereas the County of Montgomery is proud to bring awareness towards initiatives that encourage the overall well-being of the community, and whereas National Public Health Week took place April 4th through the 10th, and the county's Public Health Department encouraged employees to think about what health means to them by promoting different health-related activities. And whereas, since 1995, the American Public Health Association, through its sponsorship of the National Public Health Week, has encouraged the public policymakers and public health professionals about the issues important to improving public's health. And whereas there is a significant difference between health statuses such as obesity, poor mental health, and drug use among people living in rural areas compared to people living in urban areas. And these variances increase rural residents are more often more likely to face social determinants that negatively impact health, such as poverty, transportation barriers, and the lack of economic opportunity. And whereas public health professionals help keep communities to prevent, prepare for, and withstand and recover from the impact of the full range of health threats, including disease outbreaks such as the COVID-19 pandemic, measles, natural disasters, and disasters caused by human activity. Now therefore be resolved, County Executive Matthew L. Ossenfort, Legislative Chairman Michael J. Pepp, and the full legislature hereby recognize the Public Health Department for its efforts to encourage its community to be better understand the value of public health and highlight the opportunities to adopt preventative lifestyles, habits, and assist the betterment of the county as a whole.
We'll take a picture and then I'll speak. Because we know once I get talking, then I'll stop.
He's your chairperson.
I'm just Mark.
You should have seen Ally's.
Thank you. So I won't talk all night, but I will just say, 773 days. Today marks 773 days that we got the call to action. And I couldn't have done it without the girls standing next to me. Each one of them is near and dear to me. And I just thank you for the recognition tonight, because we've all been through so much. And this means the world to me and to each one of them, and to Chairman Pep, Legislator Kelly, Patel, Wilson, Sweet, Diamond, Legislator Headwell, who's not here, and Duke. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much. Martin always makes me cry.
I have that.
Are those purple tears?
Yes, they probably are at this point.
All right, thank you, everybody. We already did the public comment section, so clerk, do we have any communications?
No,
No communications. All right, I'd like to accept a motion from the floor for the approval of the committee meeting minutes. Anybody? Legislator Diamond? Anybody? Legislator Kelly? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
pass.
Now a motion from the floor for the acceptance of the budgetary transfers. Legislator Diamond, Legislator Wilson. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Is there any old business anyone would like to discuss? Hearing none, let's move on to this evening's resolutions. First resolution this evening is resolution number 70, a resolution authorizing the county executive to sign contract with T&B Engineering and Landscape Architecture, PC, to undertake preparation of Montgomery County multi-jurisdictional multi-hazard mitigation plan update from the Office of Economic Development and Planning. Sponsors were legislators Kelly and Sweet. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 71, a resolution amending the 2022 operating budget farmland protection from the Office of Economic Development and Planning. Sponsors were legislators Kelly and Headwell Jr. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 72, a resolution scheduling public hearing for intent to apply for Brownfield Opportunity Area nomination planning funds for a Fort Plain Nelliston Brownfield Opportunity Area from the Office of Economic Development. Sponsors were legislators Pep and Sweet. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 73, a resolution authorizing expenditure of bed tax funds to promote tourism in Montgomery County from the county legislature. Sponsors were legislators Wilson and Kelly. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 74, a resolution amending the 2022 operating budget, 2022 Public Health Community Cancer Prevention Projects Funding Award from the Office of Public Health. Sponsors were legislators Sweet and Pat. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 75, resolution authorizing the county executive to sign easement agreements, road widening project, County Route 20, Leper Road, Town of Amsterdam, from the Office of Public Works. Sponsors were legislators Pep and Sweet. Discussion?
Chair.
Legislator Patel?
Eric, if you're here, if you could just explain what these are needed for and how much we're paying for them, if we're paying anything.
Yes, so, right now, the current, condition of the road is about 15 feet wide at tops from McDonald Drive to the Fulton County line. So we're looking at pushing banks back, ditches back, to gain an 11-foot road length, so we can get at least a 22-foot road with a 3-foot shoulder. So to push the ditches back, we need an easement agreement from the property owners so that we can maintain, keep water off the road. The easements are filed at $1 a piece, I think they are, which is more of a, you know, probably never be a dollar change hands, but
Sure.
that's for all sake of argument.
So DPW is doing the work on this?
No, that project will be going out to bid. We're hoping to have it out, the project released by the end of this week, first part of next week. And the completion of, by the end of summer, paving by second week of September.
So we budgeted some in,
It's a CHIPS project, so it's all reimbursable to the county.
thank you. That's
Yeah.
it. Thank you very much.
All set, legislator? Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 76, a resolution amending the 2022 operating budget surplus equipment auction from the Department of Public Works. Sponsors were legislators Kelly and Diamond. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 77, a resolution adopting a new base salary for the superintendent of Montgomery County Sanitary District Number 1 and amending the 2022 operating budget. And this comes to us from the Sanitary District Number 1. Sponsors are legislators Diamond and Sweet. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 78, a resolution amending the 2022 operating budget requesting additional stop DWI funds for after-prom parties from our Youth Bureau Department. The sponsors were legislators Kelly and Headwell Jr. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 79, a resolution authorizing the county executive to sign New York State Indigent Legal Services Grant Extension Contract from the Office of Public Defender. Sponsors were legislators Pep and Sweet. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 80, a resolution establishing the position of Records Management Clerk, part-time historian, from the Office of the Historian. Sponsors were legislators Kelly and Diamond. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 81, resolution approving the abstract of audited claims from the Office of the County Legislature. Sponsors were legislators Diamond and Wilson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 82, a resolution granting $250,000 of American Rescue Plan funds to the Shuttleworth Park Foundation for improvements from the county legislature. Sponsors were legislators Pep and Pertel. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 83, a resolution authorizing the use of $27,700 of American Rescue Plan funds for interior fire training from the Office of the County Legislature. And sponsors were legislators Sweet and Wilson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 84, a resolution granting $22,978 of American Rescue Plan funds to the Village of St. Johnsville from the County Legislature. And the sponsors were legislators Kelly and Peck. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 85, resolution granting $44,900 of American Rescue Plan funds to the Village of Fonda. Sponsors were legislators Kelly and Pertel. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 86, a resolution granting $38,000 of American Rescue Plan funds to the Fort Plain Museum. Sponsors were legislators Kelly and Pertel. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 87, resolution authorizing the use of $55,000 of American Rescue Plan funds for a new generator. Sponsors were legislators Sweet and Peck. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 88, a resolution authorizing the use of $55,000 of American Rescue Plan funds for informational technology upgrades. Sponsors were legislators Wilson and Pep. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 89, a resolution authorizing use of $61,633 of American Rescue Plan funds for equipment. Sponsors were legislators Diamond and Pertel. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution 90, a resolution authorizing use of $19,985 of the American Rescue Plan funds by the Montgomery County Clerk's Office for the development of a mobile app. I'd like to sponsor an amendment to this resolution. In the second resolved clause, replace the word Info Quick Solutions, Inc., IQS, with thegovapp.com. Capital T, all the rest lowercase, thegovapp.com.
I'll second.
Second by legislator Kelly. Any further discussion?
Is that just a typo or is that a change of company?
That was a typo.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
you're welcome. All in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Amendment pass.
Hmm?
The amendment pass.
Okay, we're good.
Go ahead.
Amendments.
Yep, and now the amendment, the resolution as amended. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 91, a resolution authorizing the use of $202,160 of American Rescue Plan funds by Montgomery County Clerk's Office for digitization of records. Sponsors were legislators Pertel and Kelly. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 92, a resolution authorizing use of $1,152,000 of American Rescue Plan funds to replace the HVAC equipment at the Public Safety Facility. Sponsors were legislator Headwell Jr. and Peck. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 93, our final resolution. A resolution granting $190,000 in American Rescue Plan funds to the Heirs Memorial Animal Shelter for improvements. Sponsors were legislators Diamond and Kelly. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
At this time, I would like to make a motion to go into this executive session to discuss a personnel matter under other.
Before we do that, I just want to ask Eric a couple questions.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And before that, can we have some discussion before we go into executive? Because I have something I want to discuss.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And while we're at it, can I get a burger and fries?
Double chocolate shake.
I don't like chocolate.
That became.
What's you gonna call it?
It's an underrated pizza.
Pass.
Eric, don't go away. No, we're going to talk about a couple others before we go into executive session. Okay? Which requires your presence.
Do you want me to sit back down?
If you would, please.
Or do you want me to wait in the hallway?
No, I need you to plant,
Plan?
yeah.
Got it.
It's spring, so plant. Legislator Sweet.
So last, and I think maybe Matt talked about this, but last week we had a resolution approving the bids for the Venner Road project. And the two resolutions that were provided with that resolution was less than the number that was actually in the account by $900,000. So then Sean said that there was another resolution that we had passed prior, which was $1.7 million. So now the complete total of what's in that package, if you will say, for that project is almost $3 million. So at some point, I would like to have that straightened out, what is what lines are actually going in that project? Because right now we're about almost $800,000 over, appropriated over what is supposed to be in that line.
Okay, so when I pulled everything together, I had, going back to the project's inception, there was $3.2 million, and that included the purchase of the building. And I looked at my project expenditure line today. There is currently $2.1 million left in that H fund line that I have through Sean, and I cleared these numbers through him.
So there was
Because that's what I've got in my Excel spreadsheet. There's $2,189,000 in that H fund capital projects line, and these bids came in at 1.7 million.
Right.
So based on my numbers and what I'm budgeting for, I still have $420,000 left to, once we do the construction, to put that towards parking lot repairs, furniture, the FF&E package for the building, security cameras, and secure doors. So I got a tight budget to finish it
Right,
off.
so you said the $3.2 million in the first line, where did that originally come from, you know?
So the 3.2 million is all three resolutions, or three or four, that plus for the purchase of the project.
It includes the purchase price, right, Eric? Which
I'm
was
sorry?
The purchase price was what?
800.
800, okay.
Yeah, so, and we are 150,000 roughly in engineering costs right now. I'm $25,000 invested in all the preliminary electrical that we did, obtaining the panels and all that you would prior expected. Like I said, we are currently at $2.1 million in that project line, and the bids came in at, I was predicting 1.9, so was the architect, and they came in at 1.7. So
Okay.
hopefully, and that's with a contingency, so good for us, we got some pretty good numbers.
Right. So I guess at some point, if you could
I can forward that to you tomorrow.
Yeah, I
On my whole-
would just like to know where all those,
Yep,
all the dollar amounts came from.
yep. I'll email to everybody tomorrow.
Yeah, why don't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I appreciate it, just because the numbers that were in the resolution didn't really add up to what was being presented to us, so.
Okay, there may have been another resolution in there that I didn't see, you know, like I said, when I did my Google search on the county website, it was everything for Benner Road.
Right.
So there may have been one that didn't state Benner Road, that was probably for the purchase of that, that's why it may not.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Good job, no problem.
All set, legislator?
I'm good.
Thank you.
Could we
Legislator Patel.
also increase the expenditures so far?
Yeah, so how I have everything broke down is every vendor and every dollar amount that's paid,
Fantastic.
right to date. I have all that.
Legislator Patel?
Next topic.
Yes, next topic.
So this morning in the Schenectady Gazette says legislators passed measure to cap gas tax in Schenectady County. And I'm not proposing at this time that we cap the gas tax, but I prepared some information I'd like you to take a look at. My concern is if, right now we're getting over-the-highway truckers coming through, stopping in Fultonville, buying 300 gallons of diesel fuel, driving to Schenectady, they're gonna save a significant amount of money for that extra amount. The downside of that is we miss the opportunity of the money of the sales tax on what it would have been there. So it's kind of a catch-22 situation where we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. And I'm concerned about the gasoline and diesel retailers throughout the county that, if Herkimer County goes and does the same thing, we're sandwiched in the middle. I've seen people drive 15 miles for 2 cents a gallon. It doesn't make sense, but they do it. And the opportunity that we're losing is the basis that we already have. So if you don't mind, I'd like to just pass out some of my information. We don't have Dana White here, so I have to do it myself.
Is this something, Legislator Patel, you want us to review openly right now or on our own time and talk about?
You're welcome to review it right now. What I'd like to do is start the conversation.
Which you just did, yes.
So, in the future, Bob, I'll put one on your desk. I just don't want to be caught off guard with it. I mean, sales tax is 1/3 of our budget, and it's been very valuable to us in the past
It has.
3 years.
And it is that same gross sales tax handle which we are potentially leveraging to prevent a real property tax increase as well. So, and then we've had discussions about that in advance here, as well as Matt mentioned it also last week in his speech. So I appreciate the hard work you put into this, and I think we should all review it and give it some serious consideration, especially if we end up in a situation where we're in between two counties that have done it already.
Or three.
Or three,
Well,
yeah.
actually two on the throughway. I mean,
Yeah.
that's where a lot of our revenue. Again, my concern is missing the opportunity on the sales tax dollars that we won't get on the product that won't be sold.
Yeah, I
Even if it's
understand.
at a higher rate.
I understand.
Well, and not only that, you're also the incidentals of food, lodging, any of the other things that if someone decided that, you know, they're not gonna stop at Pilot or the truck stop or one of the other ones, the Taco Bell, the restaurant, I mean, it's,
Do the other stops in the contiguous counties offer the plethora of other services around their truck stops that we do? They may travel to save some money on gas, but if they're gonna stay here anyway because of all the other amenities around it, we need to be mindful of that.
yeah, it's just
Yeah,
something.
you know what I mean?
It's not just, like I said, it's just not the tax on the gas, it's other loss of revenue that you will see
Understood.
besides that, so I think it's a good point to look at, and,
Yeah.
you know.
No, I would agree, I'm just saying, if they're not gonna drive to Schenectady to park and eat, and they're just gonna do it for gas, or they're gonna drive to Herkimer for gas, you know, they still may come here because of the other amenities we have here.
Well-
Yes, these are bona fide truck stops.
Well, this is what
You
we
know.
have to weigh is, and it becomes a risk or a gamble what we're going to do. I think we owe to the retailers in our county to at least look at it and understand it and
Be prepared to make a move.
we can always say, look, we looked into it, we weighed it, and this is what we found. So I'm assuming that we're gonna need more help. I think a good start would be if somehow we could find out how many millions of gallons of fuel is sold a year in Montgomery County.
With weights and measures have that information?
Would they?
Or the treasurer might be able to calculate.
I
it
mean,
out.
one thing's for certain, I know there's other things in sales tax than gas, but that'll be another indicator. If we see that not tracking as well, you know, I mean, we could take a month or two to digest this, you know what I mean? And see if it's, you know, if sales tax is continuing to trend up, I don't know that we need to be as alarmed as if it was trending down, and then this could be attributable to this.
What I would be cautious of is it's trending up, but the biggest increase in any product that we have tax on is fuel.
There's no question.
It's taxing people that don't live in the county,
Yes.
a large portion of it. And again, it's you either get some or at all. We have to make that choice, whether we want some or we want all. And I certainly haven't decided either way what I think. I'd like to talk to the county executive.
Maybe we should have Sean break down, if he could, if he knows how to break down the revenue of sales tax just for fuel.
Yeah,
You know, just to break that out. so
that would be the question.
You know,
Yeah.
so then you know, like last year, what the percentage of sales tax for fuel was
Right.
compared to everything else.
Right,
It's,
right.
you know,
We'll ask them that. Yeah, that's a good,
Tomorrow?
yes, please. I mean, I would also say that since fuel is the largest commodity on which we collect sales tax, it would indeed, if it starts going down, be an indicator that what you're speaking of is occurring. Right? If it's 60 or 70% of our sales tax, we'll know right away, because it's comprises such a huge component of it, so. But thank you for bringing this material for us and presenting it.
Chair.
Yes. Let's
A couple things, a couple of ways of looking at this, and maybe we'll discuss it in committee next month. But so trucking companies, truck drivers get a fuel tax surcharge. So whenever the price goes up and down, they're automatically reimbursed for that. So I'm not sure how much it would affect the truck drivers. In Schenectady, I believe there's only one truck stop off 25A. A big truck stop where there's limited parking, and they do have a subway. There's no
Yes.
overnight
Dunkin'
stay.
Donuts, right.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about that, but my other concern, what I would like to see if we do decide to do something is that we remove the tax from gasoline, which basically is consumed by local people in Montgomery County, where the trucks, we always like to have people outside the county pay for our stuff. So,
Sure.
I think that needs to be a consideration in going through this. So,
I would think it's a good point.
yeah, but if we could relieve some of the burden on the county people fueling up for with gasoline, I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah, that's represented in here also.
Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you, Legislator Patel. All right, any further discussion on these others? If not, I'll sponsor a motion to go into executive session. Do I have a second? Legislator Sweet. All right, motion to come back out of executive session. Legislator Kelly, Legislator Patel, no action was taken. And a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting. Legislator Kelly, Legislator Patel. Meeting adjourned 7:02.